Hey guys, it's Ms. Kruger. I'm going to be showing you a strategy that is going to help multiplying and dividing fractions much easier. I think so. And I just want to, well, come on. If my whatever pop, there we go. I just wanted to share a strategy with y'all to make simplifying life easier. So let's get into our first problem. So we are going to, I'm going to model how to cross simplify. That's our goal today. 1/2 divided by 3/4. Again, this is a strategy we showed y'all during the school year, and not many of y'all applied it. But again, maybe now y'all will see the value in it as we go through this problem. So 1/2 divided by 3/4. We know to do K, keep change. So I have 1/2 times 4/3. Okay, it's at this point, it takes a few seconds to ask yourself, can I simplify? And it's called cross simplify. Can I make any changes? And that's what we're going to do. So 2 and 4, do they share a common factor? Yes, they do. They both share the common factor of 2. So I'm going to ask myself, if I divide 4 by 2, what number do I get? My new number would be 2. If I divide 2 by 2, what number do I get? I get 1. So when you cross simplify, you get rid of the original number and you replace it with a simplified number. So my new problem would be 1/1 times 2/3. Now, if we look this way, 1 and 3, that can't be reduced in. Anytime there's 1 there, it's not going to be reduced anymore. So, but most of the time you can simplify one set of fractions. So when you can, I encourage you to do so. So now we're going to do top times top. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 3 is 3. 2/3. So again, it's in this place right here that you should check sideways if something can be simplified. And the benefits of doing that are when you get to the very end, you won't have to simplify at the back end, which is just, as I've seen as a teacher, a lot of kids forget to reduce at the end. But if you reduce over here in the middle, then you will already be simplified like 9 times out of 10. So it's just a good strategy to get into, and the more you use it, the more routine you're going to have with it. So next problem, 3/4 divided by 1/6. So I'm going to just write it nice and neatly. 3/4 divided by 1/6. What do we know about dividing fractions? We use keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep my first, change my sign, and flip my fraction. Now it's at this point where, before I do top times top, bottom times bottom, I ask myself, can it be in any way, shape, or form when I look sideways? So 3 and 1, we already know when 1's there, it can't be reduced any further. But now let's look this way, 6 and 4. Do 6 and 4 share a common factor? Yes, they do, 2. So 6 divided by 2 is, the new number is going to be 3. And 4 divided by 2 would give me a new number of 2. So when you cross simplify, you get to replace the larger number with the smaller number. So my new problem is 3/2 times 3 over 1. Top times top times bottom. 3 times 3 is 9. And 2 times 1 is 2. So at this point, we have an improper fraction, and we need to convert it into a mixed number with division, top and bottom out. 9 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 8, 1. So here is our whole number 4. Numerator going around the world. 4 and 1/2, which obviously makes sense. It only takes 2 to make a whole, and I have 9. So how many wholes can I make? 4, and I have a half left over. So there we have it. There's 2 problems using cross simplify. And again, the magic happens in this step right here. And what's happening is when you cross simplify in here, you don't have to do it back here. And that's why I like this strategy very much. And one final problem. This time, instead of with 2 basic fractions, now we're getting mix divided by mix, which is going to give us larger numbers. So let's go ahead, hold on real quick. No, wait. Let's go ahead and make these improper using our textbook popcorn. So we know to do our popcorn, 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 3 is going to be over 5, which gives us, sorry, that doesn't look like a plus sign, which gives us 28 over 5 divided by, wow, not cooperating with me. Let's Texas popcorn, our second mixed number. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, and this is going to go on top of 3. So 28 over 5 divided by 7 over 3. What do we know about fractions? Keep and flip. 28 over 5 times 3 over 7. Now the magic of cross simplifying, the whole purpose of this tutorial. We look sideways. We're gonna look here. 5 and 3, do they share a common factor? No. 28 and 7, do they share a common factor? Yes, they share a common factor of 7. So if I divide 28 by 7, 28 divided by 7, it's going to give me a new number of 4. And 7 divided by 7 is going to give me a new number of 1. So now let's rewrite our problem. 4 over 5 times 3 over 1. Now this problem is going to be much easier to work with than doing like 28 times 3, 7 times 5. That's going to give you a big numerator and a big denominator, which is going to make your division problem a little bit bigger. You're still going to have to simplify. Whereas over here, my new problem, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 1 is 5, and this is a much smaller number to work with because we already did the work in here. So now we just need to make it improper. We need to make this improper mix, and it takes 5 to make a whole, and we have 12. So I know that I already have 2 wholes. I need to find out my fraction though. So 5 goes into 12 2 times. And there we have it. I already knew I had 2 wholes around the world. My numerator is 2, and my denominator is 5. 2 and 2/5. So again, the magic of cross simplifying up here is wonderful so that you don't have to do it back here. So that's advice for you guys. If you can always look sideways and check for, just ask yourself, do they share a common factor? Can it be simplified? If so, make that number smaller so that your top times top, bottom times bottom can be simpler to work with, and you will have saved yourself time at the end. Okay, any more questions, or if you want to watch you work one out, you can go to allapp.com, send me your whiteboard link, and I can watch you cross simplify and give you some tips. So again, that's allapp, AWWAPP.com. Share your whiteboard link with me, and you and I can cross simplify together. Okay, bye guys.